Matt, it brings us to a segment called
Cinema War.
The War. It works like this. Me and Matt were fighting on a topic. Jeff York, our guest, is playing judge and jury.
No.
He tells the Jawheads who won this Cinema War.
Oh, no.
And it's very, very important because we're fighting for Jaw time to rant and rave on whatever the hell we want. We're talking Quentin Tarantino characters here, Phil. Tell the Jawheads at home what today's Cinema War topic is.
Yes, who is the best Quentin Tarantino character of all time? Jules from Pulp Fiction or Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards? Ryan, you've got Hans, and Matt, you have Jules. Let this Cinema War begin.
Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz, is by far the best Tarantino has given us. There is a maturity to this character that a young Tarantino would not have been able to write up earlier in his career. He is patient on screen, confident, and terrifying. His nickname, the Jew Hunter, still makes me squirm.
At the end of each movie, Jules wins and Hans loses. Jules ain't exactly a hero per se, Rye, but he emerges victorious nonetheless and winds up being the philosophical soul of the movie. All things poignant about Pulp Fiction are Jules.
Jules goes around shooting unarmed college kids. Wow, that's great, Matt. Truth be told, Pulp Fiction has a lot going for it. Career performances from Travolta and Uma Thurman, multiple storylines, the list goes on. Inglourious Bastards, however, while equally great, is very heavily reliant on the character of Hans Landa. The movie, as great as it is nothing without him. That is a bingo.
All right, I'm glad you brought this up. Let's talk about memorable dialogue here. Sam Jackson is giving more quotes per second in that movie than any film previously, save maybe The Holy Grail, which we talked about earlier. He's the bad motherfucker. What ain't no country you ever heard of? You should be on Brain Detail. I could go on and on. He's got like 18 million quotes.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Well, both characters are a marvel on screen. You have to say Hans is the more complicated one. He seems so evil one minute, the next minute, well-mannered officer. He's willing to change sides in an instant, yet does evil things against the Jews. He speaks 4 languages, which comes up in the plot of the film, and he enjoys a good strudel.
I don't know. Jules is really complex, Ryan. I mean, he's quoting the Bible and stuff. And tell me, what does Marcellus Wallace look like, Ryan? It's that monologue. It's one of the best movie scenes of all time, full stop. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger if you disagree.
All right, both these roles launched the careers of these actors. However, Samuel L. Jackson was already becoming a name. Christoph Waltz was a complete unknown to American audiences. And with this and another Tarantino film, he has 2 Oscars on his mantle. Again, you watch Pulp Fiction, you walk away talking about a lot of things. You watch Inglourious Bastards, and everyone comes out talking about Hans Landa.
Royale with cheese. Hans is great, but he's no Jules, Ryan. There's one of these characters painted in grand fashion, 20 feet tall on the Sistine Chapel-like ceiling at the AMC where we went today to watch The Lion King. Just one of them, and it's Jules.
We are button heads here on Cinema War, as we do each and every week. Not every week, but quite a bit.
Well, most weeks.
We throw it to our guest, our jury. Jeff, what did you think of this Cinema War?
Well, I loved it. I love both of those characters. I really enjoy Tarantino movies.